Hello there. Last time you saw me put some glass fiber strips on the seam between the bottom hull and these panels, the foredeck and the aft deck. And now we are going to continue with bonding these two parts together. And to do that I need to sand the outside of this seam first to make it flat so that I can lay glass on the outside. So that is what we are going to do today. For the hull to become flat around the seam I need to sand, as the match between the two joined parts are not perfect. I need to level the area around the seam. The belt sander is perfect for this type of sanding, where I go along the fiber direction and have great control of the sanding. Then the high removal speed of the belt sander is no problem. On the contrary, I reach a fine result with great speed. I also take a few strokes outside the seam to get a smooth transition into the seam area. When I reach the end of the hull, I'm done with this step. After the cold outdoor activities, it's nice to move indoors. Now I prepare for glassing in the seam by cutting strips of glass. There are some low spots outside the seam area that I also color. Having put epoxy on the seam area, I add the glass strips and wet out the cloth with somewhat thickened epoxy. Around the bow, I also want to add some extra cloth. I continue further down along the seam, also along the aft deck, pre-wetting with epoxy, adding the cloth and wetting out everything. This is a great time to add glass to the stern as well. The sharp edges of this area might need some more glass later, but now this is what I can add. As I still have some epoxy left in this batch, I add some more to the seam area. The last drops are mixed with silica to make a filler that I smear on the remaining low spots. The day after I flip the hull and repeat the process on the seam on the other side of the hull. Also here I glass in the bow and the seam. Make up a second batch of epoxy after a couple of hours to level out the seam area and fill the glass structure with epoxy. Before I can move on to the next building step, I need to finish the inside surface. I prepare the surface with sanding the inside before I prepare the polyurethane coat and paint the inside seam area. As it's difficult to reach the far inside, I have to use a stick to extend the range of my brush. Here, closest to the hatch, I can use the hand. When the ends are painted, I will be able to start mounting bulkheads. That will be in the coming episode. Please join me then.